Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, we have a look at a really awesome Halloween sale going on Hasbro Pulse. They're doing this from now till November 3rd. You can get 15% off. Unless you're Pulse Premium, you get 25% off. I, for one, picked up the Dino King set that was on sale for 25% off for me. So I got it for, I think it was 60 instead of 80. So that was a really good deal because then it makes them more in line with the core class MSRP of $10 a figure. And it's pretty much a leader class price point in the current market. So I was like, that's a really good deal. So I'm very excited for that. There was also some G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Marvel, everything was kind of on there, all the different brands. For Star Wars, they had a couple of the older Black Series figures. G.I. Joe, I noticed the Snow Serpents and Eels from the Retro Collection were on clearance, or on sale, because I think it's a sale, not clearance. So they were, with 25% off, they become like 18 something, and then 21 something for standard 15% off. But yeah, really cool offerings, lots of different items. It's always fun when they have these, and you kind of get more benefits with your Pulse Premium besides just the free shipping. And in some Transformers news, those Age of the Prime figures we saw at Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con, well, they finally went up during the MCM London Comic-Con, which we'll be talking about quite a bit here when it comes to Hasbro brands. And we got the 2 leader classes of Razor Claw and Big Convoy, which I'm very excited for. I got to see that in person and it looked amazing, so I can't wait to get it later on in the beginning of the new year. We also got animated Wreck-Gar, which there was some issues with Hasbro. They never put it up. So in the links down in the description, there will be an animated Wreck-Gar link, but it's for Amazon, and then the rest are on Pulse. The rest are, of course, on Amazon. It's just he wasn't on Pulse. Then we got Amalgamus Prime, and then my one I'm most excited about, Bruticus's Brawl, or is it Brawl? Yeah, Brawl, I believe it is. The Combaticon, and then we also got Blast Off and Deluxe and Quintus Prime, Sureshot, Junkion Jalopy, and was it Quickstrike? I think it was. So lots of cool figures that went up for pre-order. They're available now at all the fine retailers. It is a general line. And then we also got to look at the future upcoming Feudal Japan set, which is the second set. We saw the Ox Prime and the Eagle Scream. We are now getting Flying Squirrel B and Boar-Headed Megatron. So these both look really cool. Those aren't their official names. I'm just calling them all that. It's just Optimus, Starscream, Bumblebee, and Megatron as those 4 animals. And that will be 2026's kind of capsule for the different time periods that they're doing, kind of like they did Heart of Steel first. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. They did show us off the Onslaught. It would look really cool. They had a blue prototype, injection mold one, and then the gray CAD prototype. So it was really cool to see it in its final form before it gets all, not its final form. It's going to be colored and stuff like that. But those, just to see the figure and the articulation, everything like that, was really cool. So lots of awesome Transformer stuff happening next year that I'm very excited for. And in some light G.I. Joe news, there's only 3 things going up for pre-order. I believe it's on November 4th. It is that of Zap from the original 13, Crazy Legs on his retro card. These are all retros, of course. And then a female Crimson Guard, which I'm most excited about because that's really cool sounding. So you can put the 2 of them, you can buy 2 and put them next to the Crimson Baroness now, and she can have her own personal bodyguards. And then we did get some name-only drops with some photos of what they are. The biggest one for me was Ninja Force Zartan. I'm actually excited for that one a lot. And then we got some other ones that I can't remember off the top of my head, but we will cover them more when we have official images and stuff, because I'm sure they'll be showing off early next year. They're trying to save some stuff for the other 2 events that are happening. Or is there one more? I know there's an Italian convention happening after the London convention. I think there's also a Brazil one. So they're trying to save some stuff while also having enough for Yojo June next year. But yeah, lots of different things talked about. We got to see the Arctic Hiss tank some more at London Con through images, and we saw, of course, the driver at New York Comic Con. He was there too. It's just a really awesome looking made to order offer. I cannot wait till they give us an official price. I'm sure they'll tell us later on. I'm hoping, a little bit cheaper than the original, since they're taking out the electronics and the extra figures. I think people are saying like 150 to 200 is what they're assuming, since the original was 350. But we'll see But yeah, that's everything. And in Marvel Legends news out of London Comic Con, we have a look at a new gamer version of the Sentinel 2-pack, like the first gamer one. This one is in more of a colorful setup. I'm very excited for this one. Any new Sentinels are always appreciated. I'm still hoping for the Marvel vs. Capcom one. We also got a look at the new Spider-Man wave, finally revealing all of the figures in it. We got Owl, we got Spider-Venom, we got Nightcrawler Spider-Man from the Uncanny stuff. We got Cardiac, Hypno, something, I forget his name, and then Spider-Man 2099, which is the one I'm most excited about on that new, I think it's on the same body as the Renew Your Vows or Maximum, I can't tell, not Maximum, I think it's Renew Your Vows because it has the toe bend and everything, the same thing we saw with Daredevil and the Silver Surfer, I think that's coming out. But very exciting stuff. All of those are available for pre-order today. They went live today. We also got a look at an Emma Frost, which is the first of 4 new Target exclusives coming out throughout 2026. I actually blew up the image on the tiny card corner because that kind of tells us who the other 3 characters are going to be from it. I could tell that it looks like what I'm assuming is Onslaught, the Magneto-looking hulking guy who we knew we were going to get a reissue of. So I'm thinking we might get a reissue of a deluxe carded figure at Target, which is kind of insane to think because that was a big build-a-figure, and if they reissue it with new paint deco and stuff like that, and new deco and everything, and photoreal technology and everything, it'd be really cool to see that. But I can't imagine something that big being on a Target shelf on a peg carded. But I mean, we did get that with the Apocalypse. That was, I think, about 10 inches. Now we're getting the new 12-inch one, or maybe it was 9 inches. It was big. And on a retro card. And then we see 2 other characters that I feel bad I can't tell who they are. I'm gonna try to do some more research on it, but I just thought that was really cool that no one really was talking about that we got a cool new Emma Frost where she's got the crystal look, which is awesome, and she's got some cool accessories, but we also get to see a little bit of what we're going to get later on thanks to that corner card. So I'm assuming we'll see that stuff at the other conventions happening this fall/winter. And then I'm trying to think what else amazing stuff. I think that's pretty much most of what they talked about. If there's something here I didn't talk about, I'm sorry. And if there was other things, there was so much out of London Comic Con. I was not expecting to have as much revealed as they did. I thought that was pretty cool. They were able to have that much stuff saved over. And over in Star Wars news, we got a look at the new Black Series figures of Quinlan Vos, Seventh Sister Inquisitor, the Jedi from the video game, I forget his name, like Kala, I can't remember his name. And then Jedi Master Dooku, which was really cool. That one I'm actually the most excited about out of all these 4 offerings. Then we also got Vintage Collection, quite a few Vintage Collection. We got Padme and Shock T to go with your Geonosis playset, the kind of building world. When it comes to the gunship, because they said they were going to be releasing things for Geonosis now that the gunship did good. Then we got the Stranger, so I'm very excited to see that the Stranger came out as soon. I mean, we got the 6-inch one back at Comic-Con, so that was in July, and then already we got the Vintage Collection one. That's a lot faster than the Bad Batch. I'm sure there's some fans out there of the Bad Batch who are still waiting for the Vintage Collection figures there. And then we got Emperor Palpatine's Wrath on Darth Vader, which looks really cool. And then what was the 5th one I'm pointing a blank on right now? You can see it, but for some reason my brain can't see it. Oh, how can I forget this one? It was Maul from the new animated series they're having. They used the insignia for the logo for that. So this is the Clone Wars Darth Maul, but it is but it's also going to be how Maul looks in the new series that he's going to get, which is really exciting. So those were the Vintage Collection figures, the Black Series figures, but we also got some retro figures with the guy from Tatooine who's the spy, I forget his name, and then the droid that was, I believe, on the Sandcrawler or Jabba's Palace. I can't remember which one. I think it was the Sandcrawler. He's that white protocol droid. Looks really cool. So we got some new retro figures, so it's good to see that that's still going and it hasn't kind of fallen off the radar with all the awesome stuff we've been getting. But yeah, lots of cool Star Wars news. Like I said, there's more to come when it comes to everything from Hasbro. And leaving Hasbro and going to Mattel, we have a look at some more Masters of the Universe stuff, both with Origins and Revelations. We got a lot of new Eternia stuff. We see the Walmart exclusive Tila, and just all kinds of other cool characters like Man-at-Arms. There's, of course, the Origin stuff with the cartoon, and my most excited thing for the spring, because it's all spring stuff that's going to be coming out in spring, is the Sketch Series He-Man. This is probably going to be a Target exclusive. I think most of the Sketch series is a Target thing. So we are going to be getting He-Man finally, which, as you remember, he has brown hair. A lot of people call it the Wonder Bread He-Man. Kind of is that kind of look with the sketch one, but this is the original art sketches, so I'm very excited for that. I'm going to see if I can get that. I feel bad because when it comes to the Sketch Series stuff, I do notice a lot of it goes on clearance, so I might wait a bit and see, because I believe the Hordak and his minion, and then was it Spiral, or I can't remember his name, Whirlwind? I can't remember his name. He's the one that kind of has like cool effects, and then the Spike one that just went out, Spikoo, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Those all have kind of started hitting clearance at Target, so I feel kind of bad. They cycle through inventory pretty fast at the Targets in my area, so a lot of that stuff goes on clearance to make room for the next assortment. But yeah, just a lot of amazing Motu stuff to look forward to for the new year. And in nostalgic Lego news, Lego is hitting us with a really amazing set. It is that of the Goonies Lego Ideas playset. This is the, of course, collector adult themed Lego stuff, and it is Goonies based. You get the ship and pretty much all the characters in minifigure form. You get the Fratellis, you get the main cast of heroes, and then the best part is, from the outside you see the Lego pirate boat, but when you flip it around, and the inside is the full cave system made into like Lego form and kind of smaller scale stuff, from the booby traps to the piano room to the sewer line. Just looks really awesome. And then my favorite little Easter egg is they put a squid, little brick minifig kind of thing in the playset as a nod to, I believe there was, if I remember correctly, a deleted scene, like a cut scene where there was supposed to be a squid in the cave and they just got it out of the movie. And if you remember, I can't remember off the top of my head if it was actually an cut or if it was just, you know, because it was a throwaway line in the movie, but I just love the idea that Lego added it, so that's really cool. But yeah, just a really awesome looking set. The problem is the price point. It is a pretty hefty price point. You're looking at $325, I think it was, dollars to buy this set, so it is definitely not something I will probably be buying. But I just love the idea of it. I know some people are posting photos of the sloth with the boat from the Lego video game and going, I got my set and it only cost me $10, is the joke and everything like that. I'm sure someone's already done the, Mom, I want the Goonies Lego set. We have the Goonies Lego set at home, and then those two side by side. I'm sure someone has already done that in the Lego community. But yeah, just really cool looking set, just a little hefty on the price, but that's kind of to be expected with Lego recently. And in McFarlane toy news, not a lot of DC, but quite a few Marvel statues. So over the week, the newest wave of Marvel statues have gone up with two exclusives, a Walmart exclusive Iceman, different than the Target exclusive one, I believe, and then a GameStop exclusive Blade, which looks really cool. And then we got a black and white Deadpool, a Groot with Rocket as the main figure, and then what was the third one? One point of link on it. As well as Black Panther. So these are all part of the statue line. Really cool looking. I really love that Blade. The Black Panther one looks really good. The Rocket looks awesome. I'm curious if the Rocket would scale well, but I think with any of the Marvel Legends, but I think it's a little too big to use as like a statue figurine. But yeah, just really awesome stuff. I wanted to cover it real fast for anyone out there who's been collecting these. I know I haven't been, collecting them myself, but they are very nice looking. I just really hope one day we could see, 7-inch, maybe, Marvel Select style figures coming out of McFarlane. Some great news for S.H.Figuarts Dragon Ball collectors. There are going to be 3 reissues coming soon for 3 characters that are very popular and definitely need these reissues, because I think I saw that Piccolo that is here going for triple digits now, way more than what originally cost. But they are going to re-release Piccolo, Adult Krillin, and Trunks from the future. So he's got the Super Saiyan blonde hair, and I think he also has his regular purple hair. But these are 3, key characters that it's nice to have in your collection if you're new to the hobby. So I just want to cover them real fast and give a heads up. I don't believe they're available yet. I think they're either going to be later this year or early next year. There'll be pre-order links. I'm sure we'll see something soon on Hobby Link Japan and BBTS and Entertainment Earth. I know I definitely would love to get that Piccolo, because I think that's the only character I'm missing that I want to go with the rest of the Dragon Ball characters I have. And in MAFEX toy news, we have 3 new offerings. I believe they went live on BBTS and anywhere you can get your MAFEX. It is that of the Flash movie Batman, which looks pretty cool, and then one that I'm looking at the most that looks kind of cool, but I already have my Marvel Legends version, is the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, Wolverine. That looks really good. And then one that's kind of cool because I don't think we get very many toys. I think NECA did a line of it, but now MAFEX is kind of filling in the gaps and stuff like that and putting out toys for it. But it's The Boys. It's the Wonder Woman homage character. I feel bad that I don't remember her name, but you can see it on the screen. I have not really watched the series myself, but I have had friends who've watched it and said it's really good. But yeah, I just thought these were really cool. Wanted to share them here since we talked about S.H.Figuarts. Might as well talk about some other import stuff with MAFEX, and they just look really nice. It's just I'm used to collecting my Marvel stuff through Marvel Legends, but I do have a MAFEX Captain America, which I did review if you want to go back and watch it, and it is a very amazing figure. I really like it. And we talked about some Boss Fight Studios 1/12 scale Hellboy figures a bit ago, and I noticed that the Hellboy didn't come with his signature coat or a lot of different interchangeable pieces. Well, I guess a lot of people noticed that, and Boss Fight has come out and said that we have you covered. There's a $20 accessory pack coming out afterwards around the same time as these pre-orders to give him his coat, some interchangeable heads and hands, just some really cool, additional accessories to go with the figure. I know some people will be like, hey, why weren't these just with it to begin with? I think it's because the aesthetic they were going with and the story they were going with the figure, I don't think he really has the coat in that storyline. I could be wrong, or for the scene they're trying to recreate with these toys, but they wanted to help the fans out, get it to be where, it could be Hellboy from whatever you want it to be, so they gave us these accessories and coat as an option to purchase. I think it's really cool, and it's only $20 more, which when you think about how much things cost in the aftermarket when it comes to upgrades and accessories, it's not that bad. For a, toy company that is kind of, a specialty toy company that is Boss Fight Studios. So it's really cool looking. Now you can get your Hellboy to look, like different ones. I kind of wish they'd throw in the golden sword from the Golden Army storyline. That would be kind of cool. I think that's the only thing that I would have added in. But yeah, really cool looking soft goods coat too. That's the best part. But yeah, just wanted to cover that real fast, give an update on that, and then the figure, as you see here, can wear it and how it looks with it on. And in comics this week, we think look incredible like always. We have a selection of comics here. First up is Superman Red and Blue 2025 special. I just like the way the art looks. It's really cool looking. I'm sure the story will be really fun. Then we have a look at Deadpool #1, which looks really cool. I'm assuming this has to do with the zombie pool storyline and stuff like that, kind of having some fun with Deadpool as a zombie for the Halloween season. And then finally we have a look at one that I think sounds really cool with X-Vengers, which is the idea of the X-Men and Avengers kind of colliding. I think it's more of the Avengers get mutant powers, and then they have to work with some of the mutants to build a team and everything. It just looks really cool. I like the idea of Hawkeye with multiple hands. There's a Aqua Hydra Widow or something like that. The story sounds really exciting, so I'm very curious to learn more about it and read up on it because it sounds really cool. But those are the comics this week that looked really interesting. Like always, go to your local comic shop, pick up what's in your saver, see what's new on the shelf. If there's anything new you want to read or catch up on, like always, just have a wonderful week of reading. And in our creative corner, we have a look at a very talented figure customizer with that of Zach Mac 3 times on Instagram. They have a huge amount of MAFEX customs. So what they do, from what it looks like, is they take non-existing characters and use MAFEX bodies to make it. So you can see a MAFEX Spider-Man, a Superior Octopus Spider-Man, which looks really cool and really detailed. You can see a MAFEX Agent Venom, which looks really cool, and then a MAFEX Punisher from the Fist when he led the group, or maybe it was the Hand, the Fist. No, the Hand. It was the Hand when he led the Hand for that time. which are really cool looking. And then we have a look at a Snake Eyes from MAFEX, which now I just really wish MAFEX actually got G.I. Joe to do Snake Eyes, which just looks awesome. There's also a Blue Beetle, which really stuck out to me. It looks like they used the Venom Spider-Man, the symbiote Spider-Man body, for a lot of these, because it's a good base body. They might have used something else, but it just looks really incredible. I now wish they had a MAFEX Blue Beetle as well. And then there was a Deathstroke they did that just looks really cool. It's their version 2, because their first version they sold, which just looks awesome. And then the one that really stuck out to me when you first open up their page is the Moon Knight, which just makes me really want a MAFEX Moon Knight. But yeah, really awesome customs. You can check out their page. Like always, I have the link to their Instagram in the description down below. Go give them a like, follow them, you know, share them with any of your friends who are into MAFEX and customs and stuff like that. They're just really inspirational, taking, you know, a toy line and elevating it to have other characters that they haven't officially made yet. There's a lot of G.I. Joe, Marvel, DC. So if you're a fan of those things, this is definitely a page for you. And just, you know, like we were talking about earlier with MAFEX, I don't collect it myself, but if they did a lot of these characters they've done as customs, I would definitely be more interested in getting those ones. But yeah, really cool work. Go support them, share them with friends, and just have an awesome time viewing all their cool and talented work. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.